and then some. All right, heat race number 3 on the track.
Well, we've got 3 of the cars on the track anyway.
Yeah, we're missing a couple of them.
Tanner down in the pit area in the middle of the track on the scale right now. You see officials looking at the scale, making sure he's all right, rolling the car back.
All right, scheduled to appear. There's our 4th car. And the 5th one?
No, Paul Guglielmani just ran.
No, Clark.
That's Clark. There's Paul.
Right. Clark just ran in the 28. He needs to be pulling off.
Oh, that was Clark.
There we go.
In the 28.
Now
Paul's
we
in the
got it.
22.
Right.
Okay, the next 4 cars on the track. I thought we were going to go 5 or 6 in this one, but
So right now, inside row 1, looks like it's going to be the 9 XXX of Chet Reeves. And on his outside is going to be the 22G of Paul Guglielmani. Row number 2 is going to have the winningest man in Budweiser Nationals history, the 2 of Bobby Hogue. And on his outside, the 29 of Andy Obertello.
Obertello was very fast in practice. He looked really good in qualifying. That 29 car, one of the drivers you're going to have to keep your eyes on after what we've seen here early already on day number 1 of the Budweiser Nationals.
Yeah, I'm looking at all 4 of these cars, and all 4 of these cars can be a main event winner. We got one more coming on the track right now.
Paul Culp pulls onto the track in the number 42 up from the Pacific Northwest in an X-Factor chassis sponsored by Superior Fuel Cells. You take a look around the nation and some of the top IMCA modifieds and super late models. Superior Fuel Cells actually owned by the driver, the number 42, Paul Culp. Got a great product you're seeing in a lot of these race cars in the dirt track industry. Paul Culp, a mastermind in the designs of those. And I'm telling you right now, for the money, it's hard to find a better, safer fuel cell than what you get with the Superior Fuel Cell.
That's awesome to hear that not only these guys are out here racing, but they're putting efforts to make the racing that they're doing better and safer.
So it's Reeves and Guglielmani on the front row, followed by Bobby Hogue, Andy Obertello, and at the back of the pack is the 42 of Paul Culp. We're going 8 laps, 5 cars.
Getting 1 to go from Doug Ryan this time by. Bakersfield Speedway, let these late models know you're here to cheer them on for the 33rd annual Budweiser Nationals.
Brian, you're standing up. You're on your feet, man. What are you so pumped up for?
I had to stand up. My butt was falling asleep. These chairs are kind of hard.
He's an honest man,
hard on
race
the rear
fans.
end.
He's an honest man.
And the only way to get rid of that is to stand up.
Well, if your butt feels like Brian's butt, stand on up.
Here we go out of turn 4. Green flag is out. Great start for the 9 XXX of Chet Reeves. Reeves running the low line through turns 1 and 2. He's going to be your leader down at turn 2 down the backstretch. Here comes Bobby Hogue. 3 wide on the entry at turn 3. Paul Culp threads the needle. Oh, hang on. Paul Guglielmani head on into the turn 3 walls. They went 3 wide. Guglielmani, Obertello, and the 42 of Culp. I think the 22 of Guglielmani got the car slowed down. We see some damage.
It's just a little bit. It can't be that bad. It wasn't that hard of a hit.
It didn't look like it was that hard, but you never know with these race cars. Some of those wrecks are.
Well, a lot of these people probably don't know what that bumper looks like. It's just a couple bolts. I think there's 4 bolts total. He can change it. If he's got another front end that will support the nose piece, then he's good to go. If not, they can kind of fix whatever's bent.
Well, and if you're a new race fan, you see a race like this, you don't understand what these cars are and the way they're built, and you see the car hit the wall and the front end folds up. That's an aluminum sheet metal body right there. They're designed to do that. It does disperse a lot of energy and keeps these drivers safe and still provides a lot of downforce.
Yeah, there's probably like about 2 to 3 feet between that and the radiator. So he's probably good with the radiator, just have to worry about the nose piece and the bumper.
Well, let's hope he didn't break the steering rack or tear up any of the uppers or lower control arms. It looks like they're going to put a hook on him.
Well, didn't you say they had another car on the trailer sitting?
Yeah, there's another one sitting on the trailer down
sitting
there.
in the trailer. They might have to make a phone call and get that. But
There's the black flag for the 42 of Paul Culp. Your flagman, Doug Ryan, did not like what he saw down there in turns 3 and 4. They're going to give him the black flag, ask him to leave the racetrack. We're down to 3 cars.
3 fast cars.
3 very fast cars.
We've got a 3-car shootout
for 8 laps.
And it's just a heat race. These guys can be in any money shootout. But right now, it's just a heat race. Here, ladies and gentlemen, let Paul Guglielmani hear it. He's walking right over by turn 4 right there, the driver of the 22 machine. He's okay and walking under his own power.
It's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in all the motorsports right there. Paul Guglielmani, a real gentleman, the driver of the number 22G, owner of Vaca Valley Excavating.
Yeah, excavating. There you go.
A little thumbs up there from Paul, letting us know he's all right.
He's like, what could I do?
I'll tell you one thing about that crew. That's a good crew right there. They'll get that car fixed. They'll get him back out here for night number 2 if we don't see him in the feature later on.
Oh, I got a feeling that car is he's going to have a car for the feature.
He's going to have an escort to the pits with Mr. Scott Schweitzer. Maybe not.
Scott's like, you want to ride? He goes, nah, I need to walk it off.
I need a minute to get to my pits.
Yeah.
So once we get this car off the track, race fans will be back to racing. And it's the 9 XXX of Chet Reeves, the 29 of Andy Orbitello, and the 2 of Bobby Hogue.
I'm not even wearing my radio because everybody was screwing around. And I can hear you. I'm not even wearing my radio. We're going to screw around with you, man.
All right, race fans are going to pull that car to the infield so we can get back to racing.
There you can see the damage of the 22G of Paul Guglielmani. The front end smashed up quite a bit. But like you said, Brian, I think it's a lot more cosmetic than anything, really. It doesn't look like anything real serious. Well, now that we've got some heat in the engines on the track, a little heat in the tire, we're going green out of turn 4. Here we go. Good start for the 29 of Andy Obertello. Going to work the high side through turns 1 and 2. Chet Reeves down low in the groove. Look at Obertello on the high side. Got a ton of forward bite in that upper groove. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Chet Reeves still right there with him. Bobby Hogue sits back in the back row all by himself. Now he's going to get by the 9 of Reeves to take over the second spot. Going to go to work on the 29 of Andy Obertello. They're going to have a hard time catching that 29 car, Brian.
Yeah, Andy Obertello. It's been a while since he's been here, and he's excited to pick up another win as he's battling hard with the Hogue. Here comes Hogue now. We're losing that 9 XXX of Chet Reeves, but Hogue right there on the bumper of the 29 of Andy Obertello.
It is something to watch these cars catch that turn 4 berm, and it just straightens them up right now as the cars tighten up.
Now,
Obertello very fast down the front stretch. Bobby Hogue going to follow him around the top side through turns 1 and 2. We're 3 laps into this one, looking at the halfway point this time around. Obertello still sets the pace, shows the way. Oh, Bobby Hogue took a look down low. Now going to dive to the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Bobby Hogue shows some color to Obertello. Obertello doesn't mind. He hammers the gas and drives away.
yeah. Orbitello right now has got the fastest line. Hogue right there waiting for that mistake to happen. Orbitello kind of bobbled because he come out of turn 4.
Oh, the 2. Bobby Hogue jumped the cushion, had to lift the throttle, Brian. Oh, good job of driving to save that race car. Now Obertello does it down here, and Bobby Hogue runs up on him.
Something goes wrong with Obertello.
Side by side at the stripe, your new leader, the 2 of Bobby Hogue, the 2H Bobby Hogue up front as he got by the 29 of Obertello. Looked like Obertello's car went off the pace a little bit.
Yeah, something looks like it's going wrong with that car. It's starting to slow down again.
Something has gone wrong on the 29 of Andy Obertello. It may be something in the steering of the front end. He is having to baby that car around the turns. It is all Bobby Hogue taking the checkered flag in the 2H. He picks up the win. The second place position will go to Andy Obertello. And Chet Reeves will finish in the number 3 spot. Whoa! Dramatic turn of events there at about the midpoint.
Yeah, Corey, you described that just right. I think there is something wrong with the steering on that 29 car.
You know, it looked almost like when he got up here and jumped the cushion and that car jerked to the right, it just... Something doesn't look right watching that car under speed with that front end. Look at the toe out.
Something could have been knocked out, making the car steer totally different, and he wasn't comfortable with that. And he's like, you know what, I'm just going to jump out the gas and just kind of just roll this one out.
And we know Andy Obertello is very fast, and he has proven that already tonight. I got to say right now, he's one of the guys you got to watch for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that you could call either a dark horse or a sleeper.
I would not call him a sleeper. Not right now, I wouldn't.
You know. Well, he's showing his cards too early, so we'll see more of him in the main event later this evening as they pull the 22G of Paul Guglielmone off the track. Up next, race fans, looks like it's going to be heat race number 1 of your Motor City Buick GMC Northern Sport Mods.
We're going to step out here on the Spreaker broadcast. We're going to shut down the late model heat races. We're going to come right back from the Budweiser Nationals with your Sport Mod heat races.